நீங்க எல்லாரும் திருப்பி, like I said, you can go and review whatever is there in your book, look at CBSE book, all that. So I think we have completed it fairly okay. Right? I hope you all have a good understanding of that topic now. Right? So அதுல இன்னும் உங்களுக்கு ஏதாச்சும் ப்ராப்ளம் டவுட் இருந்துச்சுன்னா ப்ளீஸ் யூ கேன் ஃபீல் ஃப்ரீ டு ரைஸ் இட். இந்த கிளாஸ்ல கூட நீங்க ரைஸ் பண்ணலாம். So we can discuss that.
ஆக்சுவலா பட் ராதா நீ ஜாயின் பண்றதுக்கு முன்னாடி ஐ வாஸ் டாக்கிங் டு தட் அர்ஷனா அப்படின்னு ஒரு பொண்ணு கிட்ட. ஒன்லி ஆஃப்டர் கமிங் டு யுவர் கிளாஸ் யூ அண்டர்ஸ்டுட் த ஹோல் செட் அண்ட் ஃபங்க்ஷன்ஸ். தட்ஸ் வாட் ஷி வாஸ் டெல்லிங். அப்பதான் பிகாஸ் அந்த ஸ்கூல்ல ரொம்ப கன்ஃபியூஸ் ஆயிடுச்சு. அப்புறம் இங்க வந்த பிறகு அந்த கிளாரிட்டி வந்தது அப்படின்னு சொன்னா. அதனால ஐ திங்க் மோர் ஆர் லெஸ் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் ஆர் லிட்டில் தரவு தான் நினைக்கிறேன்.
Yeah, that is our objective. Yeah. I want to ensure that the concepts are well understood. I hope that for all of you, the next chapter, basic algebra, has been completed, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So, what about the others? So, Karthikeyan, Vishnu, ungalkum complete பண்ணிட்டாங்க இல்லையா? Sharvesh?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So most people, yes, it is, but some, yeah, it is still no. என்ன நடத்திட்டு இருக்காங்க உங்க சும்மா பிரியன்? So என்ன இப்ப என்ன நடத்திட்டு இருக்காங்க உங்களுக்கு? யாருக்கு அல்ஜிப்ரா முடிக்கலையா? உங்களுக்கு அட்லீஸ்ட் நடத்திட்டாவது இருக்காங்களா?
சார் நடத்திட்டு தான் சார்
நடத்திட்டு இருக்காங்க இல்லையா? ஓகே ஓகே. ஸோ ஐடியலி உங்களுக்கு முடிச்ச அப்புறம் நம்ம கிளாஸ் இருந்துச்சுன்னா கொஞ்சம் மோஸ்ட் பெனிஃபிஷியலாக இருக்கும். பட் சில சமயத்தில் ஸ்கூல் டு ஸ்கூல் அது வேரி ஆகிறதுனால நம்மளும் ரொம்ப டிலே பண்ண முடியாது. ரொம்ப டிலே பண்ணால் we will not be able to cover all the chapters. அதனால we have to start on that. So today I hope it's okay with you. So யாருக்கெல்லாம் முடிச்சிருக்கோ அவங்களாம் I hope that, like I said, read the book, look at the example, look at the exercises given, right? All of you, have you done that? யாரெல்லாம் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, very good, very good, super. So what I thought was, as a recap today, we will look at the multiple choice questions in the book itself. Okay, so let's look at that. So that will be your first class is this. Okay, that's fine. So today we look at basic algebra because you already completed sets, relations and functions. So on the session oda videos la YouTube Kesavamurthiyoda sir oda channel la irukku, neenga adha paathukalam. Plus and ella class oda transcript na and group la potiruken. So you can look at that also. Okay. Sorry. So இன்னைக்கு நம்ம will start with basic algebra. Okay. Multiple choice questions in your book. Okay. So as we go through the problems, I will try to explain the relevant concepts. So யாருக்காச்சும் ஏதாச்சும் புரியலன்னா please you can raise a hand. Please make sure you ask the question and try to understand. Okay. So now the first question is on inequality. Okay, so most of the problems will come on inequalities, using modulus and this kind of thing, because this is a little bit tricky, or quadratic and the mari functions la inequalities la now it is the problem over there. Okay, so the first problem one, for example, is this: if modulus of x plus 2 is less than or equal to 9, so what is the range of x? What is solved for x? That is the question. So யாரெல்லாம் இதை சால்வ் பண்ண முடியும்? Okay. So I will explain this problem. Okay. So it is given that mod of.
Sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Can I try, sir, to
Akshaya, you want to
Yes.
try?
Yes, sir.
Please try and tell me. Yeah,
Yes,
tell
sir.
me the first step.
X plus 2 is mod of x plus 2 is less than or equal to 9. So we take mod of x and we remove the 2, and on the other side it's going to be minus 2. So mod of x is less than or equal to 7.
No,
No,
that's not correct.
that's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
What we should do is mod of x plus 2 equal to 9. You have to first remove the mod, okay, and write it as, it means x plus 2 will be in the range of minus 9 to plus 9.
Sir? Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, Karthikeyan. Yeah.
We put this.
Can you repeat Karthikeyan தான உங்க பேரு? ஹலோ, என்ன கேக்குறீங்கன்னு எனக்கு புரியல.
Sir, this sum is like exercise 2.2.
புரியல எனக்கு இன்னும்.
Sir, he is asking if this sum is 2.2 exercise, sir.
I don't know the exercise number. It is in your last exercise in your textbook. Okay, the multiple choice questions. Yeah, it's 2 point something. I don't know if it's 2.2 or whatever. It is the last exercise in your section 2, basic algebra. Endla irukum multiple choice questions. So, okay. So if you get question like this is what you do. Okay. So you write it as x plus 2 is in the range minus 9 to plus 9. So now in inequality, to solve for x, in an inequality like this, you can add or subtract any number. So equality மாதிரி நம்ம ரொம்ப ஈஸியா மேனிபுலேட் பண்ண முடியாது, கொஞ்சம் கேர்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கணும் ஒரு ஸ்டெப்லயும். So you will see that in the other problem. So I will tell you, but you can add or subtract any value in the inequality. What you can do is you can subtract minus 2. So here also you can subtract minus 2. Here also you can subtract minus 2. Okay, so this is your solution. Minus 11 less than or equal to x, less than or equal to 7. So which one is that in the given option?
Minus 11 from
Right, so it is minus 11 to 7. X is in the range minus 11 to 7. Both values inclusive. So your option number 2 matches with that. Not option number 4, because option number 4 excludes the minus 11 and 7, whereas option number 2 includes the values minus 11 and 7. So here, since here we have less than or equal to, right? So it is option number 2. Okay. So everybody understood? Any question? Okay. So let's go to the next problem. Given that x, y, and b are real numbers, and x less than y and b greater than 0, so what is given? X is less than y. Okay. Then which of the following is true? So in an inequality, here the concept is that if you multiply, for adding there is you can just add or subtract, and you don't have to reverse any of the inequality signs, so it will remain as is when you add or subtract. But when you multiply, if you multiply by a positive quantity, that inequality sign will remain as it is. But if you multiply by a negative quantity, then the inequality sign has to be reversed. So less than will become greater than will become less than. Okay. So here it is given x less than y. So let us validate the first one, xb less than yb. So multiply by b on both sides, xb less than yb. So it immediately follows. So option 1 is actually correct. Okay. So simply by multiplying by b, we get that option 1. And like I said, when it is given that b greater than 0. That's why they are given b greater than 0. Okay. So when b is greater than 0, this doesn't change. So therefore, xb less than yb is the correct answer. So you don't, only if it is negative, then the sign would have reversed. Then xb greater than yb would be true if b is less than 0. So these things just don't, it won't happen because in the given equation there is no equality. So the equality won't get added when you multiply by b. So which option is this? So is it clear, everybody? Okay. So let's look at the third problem. So here it is given that mod of x minus 2 divided by x minus 2 greater than or equal to 0. Then you solve for x. So anybody wants to try this? No. இதுல என்னன்னா, in an inequality you cannot multiply both sides by a quantity easily and preserve that inequality, because if it is a positive quantity the inequality remains as it is. If it is a negative quantity then it changes அப்படின்னு சொன்னேன் இல்லையா? So therefore you cannot multiply by x minus 2 because you don't know whether x minus 2 is positive or negative. Okay, so அதனால என்ன பண்ணணும், we have to solve it in a different way. Okay, so otherwise what you should do is we should take different ranges for you have to take what are the relevant ranges here and each range whether x minus 2 will be positive or negative அப்படின்னு பார்த்து அதுக்கேற்ற மாதிரி we'll have to apply the inequality condition. Okay. So, but here we can do it more easily if it is given like mod x minus 2 divided by x minus 2 greater than or equal to 0. We know that this is a positive quantity. So if positive by something is greater than or equal to 0, whether this has to be positive or negative? Because this is positive and the ratio is greater than or equal to 0. That means ratio is also positive. That means this has to be also positive. Only positive by positive will be positive. If positive by negative will be negative, right? So this has to be positive. And can this be 0? If it is 0, then this ratio is undefined. Okay, so x minus 2 cannot be 0, cannot be negative. That means by just thinking logically, you can see that here x minus 2 has to be greater than 0. So now you can quickly solve it by adding plus 2 on both sides. So it becomes x greater than 2. So look at it, tell me which option corresponds to that x greater than 2?
Option 2.
Right. So option 2.
ராதா இதுக்கு ஐ திங்க் கொஞ்சம் குழந்தைகளுக்கு புரியலன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். கேன் யூ எக்ஸ்பிளைன் ஒன்ஸ் அகெயின் இஃப் யூ டோன்ட் மைண்ட்?
Yeah. In this case, this is a ratio is greater than or equal to 0. அப்படின்னா ratio is positive quantity. Okay. So we know that a positive number divided by positive number is positive. At the same time, positive number divided by negative number will be negative. Right? So therefore, since this ratio is positive, numerator is positive, therefore we can conclude that denominator is positive. Okay. And also it cannot be 0. The denominator cannot be 0 in any division. Right? Then it becomes undefined. Right? Therefore, x minus 2 now therefore is not, you should not put it as greater than or equal to 0, but simply greater than 0, because equal to is also not valid. Now you add plus 2 to both sides, you get x greater than 2, which corresponds to option number 2. Okay, because option number 1 corresponds to x greater than or equal to 2, and option number 2 is greater than 2. So you have to choose correctly. Both are having 2 to infinity. Okay, but the difference is the first one includes 2, second one doesn't. Okay, so this is the convention. If you put a square bracket, this means 2 is included. If you put a curled bracket, here 2 is not included. Okay, is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, let's do the next problem. The solution to 5x minus 1 greater than less than 24 and 5x plus 1 greater than minus 24. So I put a flex like this. So what does this, from this let us solve for x. So 5x minus 1 less than 24. So what can we do? What is the first step?
We can
5x less than plus 1, right? So here you add plus 1, here also you can add plus 1. In any equality, adding and subtracting is allowed without changing the inequality sign. Okay. So that means 5x less than 25. That means now divide by 5. So when you divide by positive quantity, the inequality doesn't change. But if it is a negative quantity, then inequality will change. So here it is positive quantity 5x. Therefore x less than 5. Okay. Same way you solve this. Minus 25, because here minus 1, here also minus 1. That means we are dividing by plus 5. Okay, you don't look at this sign. So 5x we are converting to x, so dividing by plus 5. So that means here also you divide by plus 5, and this inequality sign does not change because this is positive quantity. X greater than minus 5. Now you tell me, with our conventions, which option does it correspond to? 1, 2, 3, 4.
So third option.
Very good, very good. It is third option. So only that option has got 5 and minus 5, right? So others are all having different numbers. So here the correct option is third option. Okay. Let's look at problem number 5. Here it is a little more trickier than the previous ones because here both the sides you have mod sign. Mod of x minus 1 greater than mod of x minus 3. So how can we solve it? Okay, so all known methods are not going to work here. Okay, simply by adding, subtracting or multiplying, we won't be able to solve this. So if you come across a situation like this, what you should do is find out that we have to solve in different ranges. Okay, so what are the critical values? Critical values are means when this that number within the mod sign equal to 0 under the critical value of this. Without a critical value, x minus 1 equal to 0 or x equal to 1 is one critical value. இங்க critical value அதே மாதிரி x equal to 3. Okay, so x equal to 1 and x equal to 3 are two critical values. That means we have to solve it in the three ranges. Okay, so that means when x is less than 1, okay, or let's say let us less than or equal to 1 is one range. Between 1 and 3 is another range. Greater than or equal to 3 is another range. So we break this value of x in three ranges. So we have to solve it in these three ranges. Okay, because in every range, the way we have to remove this mod and put it as a simple function of x. So that methodology will vary in the three ranges. I will show you how. Suppose x is less than equal to 1. Okay. Case 1. If less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 1, what is mod x minus 1? In simple terms, if you want to remove the mod, what can we write mod x plus 1 as? X minus 1, x less than 1 implies x minus 1 less than equal to 0. So here, if the quantity within the mod is less than 0, then mod x minus 1 has to be written as minus x minus 1. In this range, okay, because this value is negative and we convert it into positive, therefore mod x minus 1 in this range will be minus of x minus 1. That means 1 minus x. Okay. And what will mod x minus 3 be?
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in case 1, the second step, how the minus will come out, sir?
Okay. That is the definition of mod. Mod x means mod x is minus x when x less than 0 plus x when x greater than equal to 0. For example, mod of minus 2 அப்படின்னா we write it as 2 இல்லையா? So what do we basically do when it is a negative quantity? We multiply by minus. right? So minus of minus 2. So mod of negative quantity, we write it as minus x, right? Whereas mod of a positive quantity, we write as simply x, right? That is the definition of mod. Okay. So here,
Okay, sir.
yeah, this is the same logic. Okay. So now you take mod of x minus 3, okay, when the x is less than 1, okay. So what will mod of x minus 3 be? You tell me whether it is plus x minus 3 or minus x minus 3.
Sir, plus.
Okay. So mod of x minus 3, but x is less than 1, okay. So when x is less than 1, it will be, let us say minus 1. Minus 1, minus 3 அப்படிங்கிறது அதை மாட் எடுக்கும்போது நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுது நெகட்டிவ் குவான்டிட்டியாக வருது இல்லையா அப்போ நம்ம வந்து மைனஸ் பண்ணுறோம் because you have to see whether this x minus 3 in this range, okay, x less than 1, will that be positive or negative. So in this case positive வருதா negative வருதா x minus 3ன்றது negative வருது இல்லையா so negative வர்றதுனால that will be minus x. So mod of x minus 3 will be minus x minus 3 because we have chosen the range as x less than equal to 1. Okay. Okay. So x minus 1 greater than or equal to mod of x minus 3. Yeah. So in this range x less than or equal to 1, the equation that we get is 1 minus x, okay, mod x minus 1 greater than mod x minus 3. Greater than equal to. So this in this range it translates to 1 minus x greater than or equal to 3 minus x. Okay. Now x is less than or equal to 1 inge. Now you just a minute. So what we get is 1 minus x greater than or equal to 3 minus x. So that means we add plus x on both sides, we get 1 greater than or equal to 3. If you solve it. Okay. So இந்த மாதிரி வந்துச்சுன்னா என்ன அர்த்தம் அப்படின்னா is it true or false, which is 1 is 1 greater than or equal to 3? It is not true. Yeah, it's false. இப்படி வந்துச்சுன்னா what it means is that in the range we have chosen there is no solution. Okay, so that means in this range x less than or equal to 1 there is no solution. X is greater than 1 அப்படினா x is greater than 1 because it cannot be less than or equal to 1. So that is your first conclusion. Okay. At the same time, x in the range x has to be less than or equal to 1. So there is no solution at all. In this range, there is no solution at all. So let's go to the next range. That is your second range, right? Up to 3 எடுத்துக்கலாம். இதை வந்து put less than 3, right? So we can take the same thing. Either way we can take. Okay. So now x is between 1 and 3. Okay. Same way you apply the conditions. Okay. When x is in the range 1 to 3, this will be positive and this will be negative. Okay, the same logic that we applied, you apply, you will see that here the equation will become x minus 1 greater than or equal to, so this is minus, this is positive, right? X minus 1 greater than or equal to 3 minus x. So you will get right like this. Okay, this will be negative, but this will be positive. So this implies that, so you can add a plus on both sides because x is a positive quantity, right? 1 to 3, x is a positive quantity. So we can, anyway, adding doesn't matter, positive or negative. So you add x on both sides, so it becomes 2x greater than or equal to, add again plus 1 on both sides, so it will become 4. X greater than or equal to 2 again. But we have taken the range as 1, x should be in the range 1 to 3 only, and our solution is x greater than or equal to 2. That means here the solution is 2 to 3. Because x we have taken the range as 1 to 3, and what we are, the solution we are getting is x greater than or equal to 2. So you apply this solution in this range. You apply this solution x greater than or equal to 2 in this range 1 to 3, and then you get a value as x equal to 2 to 3, 2 inclusive but 3 not included. Next, go to the third range. Okay. So when x is greater than or equal to 2, x greater than or equal to 3, this mod x minus 1 greater than or equal to mod x minus 3 will simply translate to x minus 1 greater than or equal to x minus 3. Okay. So that means minus 1 greater than or equal to minus 3. So minus 1 greater than or equal to minus 3, is it true? Minus 1 is always greater than or equal to minus 3, right? So this is always true. That means in this range, any value is a solution. So that's what it means. So x is greater than or equal to 3. That is what we get as a solution. First we get the solution, got the solution as x equal to 2 to 3. Okay, 2 included and 3 excluded. Here we are getting the solution as greater than or equal to 3. So combining the 3, both, what we will get? Okay. Combining the two, we get the solution as 2 to infinity, 2 included. And infinity, you should not put a square bracket at all. You should only put square bracket. Okay. So this is your solution, 2 to infinity, 2 included. So which option is that? Option number? Option. So, was that clear to everybody? Anybody has a question, please let me know if anything was not clear.
இல்லை கஷ்டம் தான் முதல் நான் ஒரு பேங்க் அக்கௌண்ட் ஓப்பன் பண்ணும்போது அந்த பேங்க் மேனேஜர் எனக்கு பக்கத்து வீடு தான் அந்த அந்த ஏரியா நாங்கள் அப்போ தான் கூட்டிகிட்டு போயிருந்தோம் நான் ஒரு முன்னாடி அவர் போய் பேங்க் அக்கௌண்ட்னா நீங்கள் அங்கே தான் கூட்டிகிட்டு ப்ரூஃப் போடுவாங்கன்றார் என்ன சார் உங்கள் அடுத்த வீடு நான் தானே இங்கே எல்லாம் ப்ரூஃப் வேண்டி கிடைக்கணும் இல்லை சார் ப்ரூஃப் வேணும்னு சொல்லி அப்புறம் நான் அந்த 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 வீடு அப்போ வாங்கியிருந்தேன் அந்த பக்கத்து கூட கூப்பிட்டா அது எங்கள் ஒய்ஃப் பேரில் இருக்குது இவங்க தான் உங்கள் ஒய்ஃப் பேர்லேயே ப்ரூஃப் வேணும்ட்டு.
Okay. So we will go to the next problem.
அப்புறம் இவங்க வயசு எப்படி யார் சார் அது கூட இந்த எந்த சார் இப்படி தான் சொல்றீங்க அப்படின்னு அப்புறம் நான் பார்த்து அடுத்த நாளே நான் போய் சார் அவங்க ஜேங்கக்குள்ள போய் பாருங்க அப்படின்னு அந்த ஆள் எனக்கு ஒன்றும் வேண்டாம் வாங்கும்போது ரெக்கார்ட் போடுவாங்க ஸோ மணி மேக்ஸ் அந்த காலத்துல 25 வருஷம் முன்னாடி 25,000 பெரிய அமௌண்ட் அப்போ நான் அது சொன்னேன் அதாவது வேலைக்கு கொடுத்துருக்காங்க இதே நம்ம ஊர்ல ஓசியா இருக்கிறது ஜென்ரலா இருக்கே கஷ்டம் நான் நிறைய பேரை பார்க்குறேன் கண்ட எனக்கு ரத்தம் தான் வரும் தண்ணி கூட வராது பார்க்கும் போது அதுலேயும் போர் இருக்காங்க மிடில் கிளாஸ் இருக்காங்கன்னு கவர்மெண்ட் புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். ஆமா எல்லாருமே டிவிஎஸ் ஐயங்காருன்னு நினைச்சிட்டு அவன் பண்ணக்கூடாது. I used to talk like that because now நிறைய பேர் பார்க்கலாம் என்ன நம்ம குழந்தைகள் என்ன நீங்க என்ன பண்ணுங்க.
Okay. So this is the problem. The value of, I hope you all can see the problem, right? The value of log 512 to the base of root 2. That's what you have to find out. So how many of you can solve this? Karthikeyan. Okay. Karthikeyan, I think you tell me your name, correct name. It's not. What's your name?
Satyasri, sir. Satyasri.
Satya. Okay, very good. Satya. Yeah. So how will you solve this problem?
Sir, by taking root to 512, sir. By taking LCM, we solve that 512 and the power. Sir, shall I put in this, sir?
So what answer are you getting?
Sir, 1 second, sir. Sir, by taking LCM 500, sir, by
Yes.
taking LCM to 500, the answer is 2 power 9, sir.
Okay.
So log root 2 power 9, sir. By using log rule, the 9 came to front, sir. So 9 log root 2, the root 2 power 2, sir.
Okay.
And 9 log root 2 came to minus 1 power 2, sir.
So what is the final result?
The final result is 18, sir.
18. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good, ma. Satya.
Thank you, sir.
See, by definition, if you say log of 512 to the base is equal to x in it. Okay. If you write log of 512 to the base root 2 equal to x, by definition, what does this mean? By definition, what this means is that base to the power of the log equal to 512. So when we say log of 512 to the power of root 2, we are asking the question root 2 to the power of how much is 512. Okay. Since that is x, that means root 2 to the power of x is equal to 512. So that is what is given. Okay. So root 2 to the power of x is 512 is the equation that you have to solve. So which means root 2 can be written as 2 power half. Yeah, root 2, you all know that root 2 is 2 power half. And 512 is what? 2 to the power of how much? 9. So this you have to, work out and see 2 into 2 into 2, how many times if you put 512, you can see that it will come in 9 times. So 512 can be written as 2 to the power of 9. Now you can solve it. It's an exponential equation. So 2 to the power of x by 2 is equal to 2 to the power of 9. So this gives the value as 6.8. Okay, so here is our next problem. Very similar. I hope so value of log 1 by 81 to the base 3. Okay. So what is the value of log 1 by 81 to the base 3? 1 by 81 to the base 3. Let us say it is equal to x. The same way, what is your next equation? Like in the same way we did in the last problem. We can write it as 3 power x equal to 1 by 81, right? So 81 is what power of 3? 3 into 3 into 3 into how many times you will get 81? 3 into 3, 9. Okay, into 3, 27. Into 3, 81. So that means the 3 to the power of how much? 4, right? So 1 by 3 to the power of 4 is 3 to the power of minus 4. Okay, so you have to revise all these concepts. Okay, this exponential and logarithms. So, but since it is completed for you, these things you should be knowing. Okay, so 3 to the power of x is equal to 3 to the power of minus 4. So what is x?
Minus 4.
Minus 4. Option 3, minus 4 is there.
ராதா ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு இன்ட்ரப்ஷனு. அது இதுக்கு முந்தின அந்த கொஸ்டின் கொஞ்சம் காமிக்கிறீங்களா? 6 or 5 ஏதோ ஒன்று இல்லை ஐ மீன் 5 காமிங்க 5 அந்த இது மாடுலஸ் எல்லாம் வருமே ஃபுல்லாக அந்த கொஸ்டின் காமிங்க. இது கொஞ்சம் லாங்காக இது வந்து ஆன்சர்லேருந்து சப்ஸ்டியூட் பண்ணி போட முடியுமா?
Yes, we can probably do
அப்போ
that
கொஞ்சம்
also.
அது
Yes.
கொஞ்சம் குறைவான டைம் எடுக்குமோ? ஐ எம் ஜஸ்ட் கெஸ்ஸிங்.
Yeah. Yes, it's a good point.
ஓகே.
If it exists between 0 and 2, இதுவும் அவ்வளோ ஈஸி கிடையாது.
ஓஹோ.
0 எல்லா வேல்யூ சப்ஸ்டியூட் பண்ணி பார்க்கணும் இல்லையா?
ஆமாம்,
எல்லாத்தையும் சப்ஸ்டியூட் பண்ணுறதும் இட்ஸ் லென்த்தி ப்ராசஸ்.
லென்த்தி ப்ராசஸ் தான். ஓகே. எனக்கு தோணுச்சப்போ அது
People should understand these methods. Okay. So this kind of problem should be solved in the 3 separate ranges, based on these critical values. And each range, one will be, equal to same thing. In the other range, it will be minus of that. Even though I explained and took more time, but
ஆமாம், புரிஞ்சுட்டா ஈஸி தான்.
fairly do it.
ஆமாம்,
fairly quickly you can do it.
இல்லை ஜஸ்ட் எ தாட், அவ்வளோதான்.
Yeah, good thought. Keshav. I think.
தேங்க்யூ.
Yeah. So the exponential and logarithm, is this clear? Is this problem? Whatever we just noted. Okay. Here it is given that here it is again a similar problem. Okay. This is problem number 8. 8. Given that log of 0.25 to the base root of x equal to 4. Log of 0.25 to the base root of x equal to 4. That is rechecking the problem. Log of 0.25 to the base root of x equal to 4. Okay. So what will we write? First thing, what should we write? You see like that, to take the base to the power of log is equal to this value. So the first thing you write is root x to the power of 4 equal to 0.25. And root x is x power. Root x is what? X power half. This means root x power a whole power b equal to x power ab. So that gives us x power half whole power 4 equal to x power half into 4 is x square. Now you get x square equal to 0.25, means x equal to what? 0.5. Okay. So 0.5 into 0.5 is 0.25. So x square is 0.25. So x equal to 0.5. This is option number 1. The next problem. So here value of இது கொஞ்சம் relatively easyயான problem தான். Just need to make sure of your concept. Log b to the base a into log c to the base b into log a to the base c. What is this? Anybody? நடத்திருக்காங்க இல்லையா இதெல்லாம் உங்க ஸ்கூல்ல? Are you finding it hard or finding it easy, or why are you all quiet?
Sir, they just thought of this thing in our school, and it takes a little bit of time to grasp, sir.
Okay. Uh, so yeah, after your class, you have to go read the book. Then only it will get into your mind. Just sitting in the class, is not sufficient. That's what I keep repeating in every class. You should go read the book, and try to do some problems on your own. Okay, so then only you will be able to solve, more problems. Any new problems are given to you. You should you are very correctly said. Even though they are taught, it is still not in your mind because that is not sufficient. Okay, so log a to the power of b into log b to the power of c நம்ம சாதாரண மல்டிப்ளிகேஷன் மாதிரி நம்ம இத போடலாம். ஓகே, இது b by a c by b மாதிரி இந்த b b கட் ஆயிடும். So this will become log c to the base a. So this is a rule in logarithms. Okay, if you find the base changes, this is what you can simply take log b to the power of a into log c to the base b will be log c to the base a. Okay, so now what is this? Log a to the base c into log c to the base a will be same way. You can take c and c, okay, and you can write it as log a to the base a. What is log a to the base a? A to the power of how much is a? So it is 1, right? A to the power of 1 is a. So log, so this resolves to value 1. Okay. This will be our last problem of the day. Okay, time I took. So if 3 is the logarithm of 343, what is the base? So how can we write this? Logarithm of 343, okay, equal to 3 னு கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. Logarithm of 343 is equal to 3. Then what is the base? Base நம்ம x னு வெச்சுப்போம். So first of all, a statement you have to write it as an equation like this. Log of 343 to the base x is equal to 3. So then what does it translate to? How do we write the next step? This becomes x to the power of 3 equal to 343. So this is a simple equation now. X cube equal to 343. So what is x? 7. Okay. The 7 cube is 343. So that is your answer. Okay. So we'll stop here. I hope you were able to understand some of the concepts that we saw today. But like we saw, it is not sufficient to just be in a class, or for that matter, in your classroom also the same thing applies. So you should go back, look at the book, look at the examples given. Okay, so then come for the next class. There are another 10 problems in the same exercise. We will continue with them in the next class. Okay. There are no shortcuts. Okay, you have to understand, you have to read, you have to practice. Okay, so then only you can solve new problems. I hope you understood the concepts now, whatever we saw, the inequalities and logarithms that we saw today. So any feedback, any questions before we wrap up now? In the time convenient 8 o'clock முடிக்கலாம். Next class onwards. Shall we keep this time? Okay. So I take it as I take it that this is a convenient time. So next class onwards, we'll keep it as 8. I wanted to avoid a clash with the physics class. I think physics class is from 7 to 8. So we will keep this at 8 o'clock. So next week, 8 o'clock, Monday, 8 o'clock, we'll meet. Okay? We'll continue with the same exercise. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.